Okay, good girl. Oops. There you go. Oops. Okay, that seems to be working. Okay, that's working. One last drink of coffee. There we go, our dashboard's up finally. Okay. Oh, it's already warm out here. You know that? And you haven't drank any water. Go drink water. Drink some water. I don't want to give you all my water. I need my water for me. I mean, I'll give you some, but I need my water for me. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna get a, speaking of that, I'm gonna get a drink really quick. Waiting for a bunch of these people to leave, and they did, or they have been for the last like 2 or 3 minutes. And in that amount of time, like twice as many people just showed up. It's like, we get here all the time at this time. It's never this busy at 8:30 in the morning. Oops, I need my key. It is this busy at 9 o'clock in the morning. But it looks like there's must be some kids program going on this morning, because parents have been dropping off kids and that kind of stuff. So I have no goals for this morning's run. We are just going to try not to squirt water out our water bottle today, which we were putting on our vest, which we did. Goal A completed. But we are going to just try and get some vert today. That's our only goal. Just try and get some vert and some miles. Okay. So wore out. Lock the door. There must be a little kids program going on. I see him now. Oh, last night was a rough night. I haven't got much sleep. I don't know why. I think it's more her, because she has been extra, like, I don't know what you'd say, not necessarily cuddly, but she's like trying to like lay on top of me the last couple nights, which is not comfortable when you don't have much room on the bed anyways. We're taking a break to eat some grass, I guess. Gosh dang, there's a lot of trash. I don't get the people that come up here. It's not as bad. The person that comes up here and drinks no, get out of there. Come on, quit. That drinks a 12-pack of, what is it called? The Mike's Lemonade, or the hard iced teas, or whatever they are. I don't remember what brand it is. God dang, then 3 people are showing up. Will you get out of the way? Wait. I don't know why there's so many people all of a sudden. Oh, it's the people dropping off their kids. That's why there's so much traffic. So many people dropping off their kiddos. That's what it is. That's why it's so busy. I was like, gosh dang, it's so busy. It's like, why are all these people showing up? It didn't dawn on me that I just said there was a kids program going on. The Monday's, good morning. The Monday's going pretty good. Sorry, I just saw your comment. I haven't been paying attention. I suspect I'm going to be walking about 100 yards down this trail from the beginning here, just for her to poop, and then walk 100 yards back to throw the poop away, and then walk 100 yards back again. It is a warm one out here today. Not a cloud in the sky. This is the normal Montana right here. And makes me think of I'll never forget, I did are you not gonna poop? Huh? You're not gonna poop? No, he's not gonna listen. Morning. Come on, get off the...
Is it Vizsla?
Yep. Just waiting for her to poop. I know she's gonna get like 20 yards up and then she's gonna poop, and then I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm walking back to throw that away because I'm not carrying it the whole time.
I know, he's always, well, he goes like right when he gets up every morning, so if I run him in the morning, he's usually good.
Yeah.
All right, you have a good day.
You too. She's making her poop face, so I know she's gonna poop. Gosh dang it, I'm just gonna take her off because she's not pooping. So we are a long ways away from the trail now, so if she poops and nobody's around, whatever. Even though she just made it like 10 yards up the trail and now she's sniffing for a spot to poop. Go ahead. She's looking at me like, are you coming? Yeah, I'm coming, but go poop. Oh, of course you're gonna poop right on the trail, so I'm gonna have to pick it up. Why can't you poop 50 yards off the trail? Oh, she changed her mind, I guess. What my plan was I wanted to run up 1906, but she's insisting that we go up power line, so we'll do that. But I'm probably gonna run all the way down and to, I think it's called Deratissima, onto Old Chevy, and then back onto Prairie, and come back. About 5 miles is all. And then we'll do another run tonight. I'm gonna break it up today instead of just doing one long run. And by long run, I don't mean like training long run. We'll only be doing right around 10 to 12 miles today though, total. A long run for me is at least 16. What I'm training for, all that kind of stuff. So it is overall actually just a gorgeous morning out here, but it is already warm. It's supposed to be 90 today, which compared to what they're dealing with in Arizona is not too bad. And it's normal for Helena, for Montana in general, this time of year, so it's not above normal temps by any means. And it's dry here, so it doesn't feel too bad. Not like when we lived in DC, when it would be 90 or higher with like 80-90% humidity. That was rough. That was so rough. It was hard to breathe. The air was so thick. I'm not gonna push myself going up this hill. I'm gonna enjoy there is just a very slight breeze this morning that does feel a little bit cool, but it is already definitely the warmest it's been this time of day so far this year, like this early in the morning, because it's like 8:30, a little after. But not bad. We're gonna just enjoy this. I do have to try and renew my driver's license today, so I'm gonna be all sweaty doing that, but I don't care. I'm not one of those people that's vain, cares what their photo looks like, so I'm not worried at all. I just hope I can get in there, 'cause it's not too busy, being it's the end of the month and all. Monday morning. Morning. This is her favorite thing to do, is just to say hi to the people.
Yeah.
She could...
Really pretty.
We are almost halfway, I guess. But yeah, so I have to try and get my license renewed today because now that I had a driver's license that didn't have an expiration date on it since I was a Montana resident that was on active duty military orders. So it's one thing Montana does, because it's hard to, if you're stationed outside of the state, it's hard to get back to renew your license all the time. So they just give you one without an expiration date, which then I had confiscated one time when we were in Vegas because they thought that was a fake driver's license because it didn't show up in their system because it didn't have an expiration date. And I had to actually go find a sheriff deputy that was working the music festival to go get my driver's license back, because it's like, that's my real fucking driver's license. What are you doing? Well, our system flags it, so we gotta keep it. I'm like, bullshit. I don't care what your system does. It's my actual driver's license. So the sheriff's deputy had to go over there, and he looked at it and he's like, no, this is a real license. It's like Montana's one of, I don't know, like 4 or 5 states that does that. So I was able to get my license back. So I'm like, how am I gonna drive home? I'm 1,000 miles away from home and you're stealing my driver's license? But it's only good for 30 days after you come off of active duty, and my last day was 31 May. So I need to get it done this week. And I forgot about it, completely forgot about it. Well, and to be honest, I thought it was 90 days, but I was just looking at my driver's license and saw that it said it was only valid for 30 days. So it's like, oh, that was on Friday. So like, well, I guess I really need to take care of that. And it was late enough in the day. I think supposedly you can make an appointment, but I think I'm just gonna go over there and see. Helena's not that big of a town, so I'm hoping that maybe I can just get it done. Like, even if I have to sit there for 2 hours, I don't care. Pick a number or whatever, waiting in line. I don't care. I am a little concerned that because they mail it to you, well, my permanent address, I cannot receive mail at. So I'm like, so which addresses are you gonna want on here? Hopefully it's not my permanent address should be what goes on there, because that is my home of record, I guess you could say. But I'm currently renting it out because me and her are traveling around living in the van, so I can't get mail there. I have a different place where I can get mail. It's like they don't make these things easy for people like me. It's like when I bought my car a few years back, I didn't have a place to live. I was living in my truck at the time, and it's like, so then when I went to go register my vehicle, there was a couple things that were wrong with that. So when I bought my car, I financed it with the the dealership, and then the next week financed it with my actual bank. And so then when the paperwork came in, they're like, well, there was three things. So the paperwork from the dealership was all screwed up, and they had listed a different bank that they had used to finance the vehicle that wasn't the one that they actually used. And I had to, so when I was working the refinance to get my bank done, because I bought it over the like on a Sunday or whatever, so I couldn't work any of this. So like, you know, the next day I was working with my bank and I needed to get the payoff information. So I was trying to contact the loan servicing bank that was on my paperwork, and they were like, I couldn't find, they kept saying they couldn't find me. So I ended up calling the dealership, and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to find the payoff stuff information for this, but the bank says they can't find me. And they're like, well, that's not who we use. We use this one. I'm like, well, that's not what my paperwork says. So then so I got the payoff stuff from who they actually used it from. But then when I went to go do the registration stuff, not only did it have the wrong information from my dealership on it for lien holder, but they wouldn't let me change it to my bank, even though I had a payoff from the one at the bank, which was wrong anyways. But so they had to go through the other thing. Well, then when my stuff came through, they were like, there's an error because this isn't your lien holder. I'm like, I know, I tried to tell you guys that. So then I had to get that figured out. It was great. I had to call the dealership's loan servicing bank that they had used. I don't remember if it was Chase or somebody like that, US Bank, something like that. And they and had to get the what do you call it, lien release form from them. And then get a lien, because the thing was is that my bank put in a lien, you know, hold or whatever against my vehicle, which is what they were supposed to do. So they had that bank in the information, but the paperwork still had the other bank. So I couldn't even get my registration. Finally I did. Where's she at? Nessa, come on. I don't know what she's doing. I know she saw me as we were going by. I am not gonna walk down to go get her. Nessa, come on. No, that's not her. That's just a weed. Oh, that little freaking butthead. She hasn't done anything like this for a long time. I need to put a bell on her, which I needed to do anyways for when we were out in bear country. I would have felt a lot. Gosh dang, the flies are out now. hate freaking black flies. What is her deal? Come on. Where is she at? Nessa, come. She ran all the way back down to the trailhead because she couldn't find me. I'm gonna be P-O'd. P to the O. What is her deal? Gosh dang it. It's a good thing I'm not trying to hit any time goals this morning. Where did she even go? I don't even see her. I passed her like right here. So where did she go? Will you come on? Gosh dang, finally she comes running up like, oh, hi. Hey, you need to stick with me. Yeah, you're all tired now because you probably ran halfway down the mountain doing whatever you were doing. Oh, there we go. Let's change views for a little bit. It is hot out. I am sweating pretty good already. But anyways, I ran into, once we got that all that figured out, the only issue I had was my address. So my driver's license address has been wrong for 10 years because I have a driver's license that doesn't expire. And in the military, you move around a lot. And so it's like, if your address changes, and that was a requirement to get a new driver's license, it's like, that's worse than if you just had an expiration date on it. You're talking typically every 2 to 3 years. So that was the first issue, and my address was wrong on there anyways, but I wasn't going to fix it because it was close enough that at the time I would still, like, there was nothing even remotely close to that. So there was only one address it could be, which was my actual address. Because instead of West Wind, they put West Wide on it. And I'm like, how do you get West Wide? My handwriting isn't that bad. But whatever. So I was like, whatever. I don't care. But then because that address was different and I didn't have an address, I had a mail address, like a mailbox where I could get mail. And they're like, no, you can't put that on there. I'm like, well, I don't have another address. We're paying for camping, and because they have a little campground out there, which was fairly cheap. So I would go between there, and they had some, as long as it wasn't full, they allowed me to stay in the billets out there too. But if they had like a school or something going on, or annual training or something like that, they needed the rooms, so I wouldn't be able to stay there. And they were nothing like spectacular by any means. These were like an 8x10 concrete room with a cheap single bed and a sink, and that was about it. You had to share showers, all that kind of stuff. But for me, that was fine. I didn't care. And it was cheap. So I just gave him my work address. And it's like, but I can't get mail there. And I told him that. Well, it's like, that's why I have a mail address. So then later on, like after a year, like I started getting personal mail at my work. And I'm like, this isn't even my mailing address. Why am I getting work here? Like stuff from work. And it was things from, you know, the county, like the DMV and stuff. I'm like, you fucking idiots. I told you. And you see that a lot, like a lot of times. There's people have address, especially here in Montana. People have addresses where you can't get mail. For the longest time, growing up, of course this is a while ago now, when I was young, box, and we would have to go to the post office to get our mail because we lived in such a rural area. And you still have that in Montana quite a bit. I don't know how many times sometimes even for physical addresses, when I was doing emergency notification paperwork and life insurance paperwork, stuff like that for our soldiers, because that was part of my job. And many times, especially up on the High Line, you know, for stuff like for parents, mostly for beneficiary stuff, I literally had to put the town and a note on there to contact local sheriff's department because there was no address. And there's a few times I could put like 1.2 miles, turn left on Highway 10 or something like that because there was no address. It was just, but that would at least tell them where to go. But if we didn't know that, it was just contact the sheriff's, office, because they would be able to track the person down. Just based upon their name and stuff, they would know where they lived. And that's living in a rural area like Montana. So that stuff still happens. So I don't know why they need to get with the times. So it'll be interesting to see, because they give you like a little temporary paper printout of your driver's license when you renew it. And then it usually takes like 2 weeks for it to show up in the mail. Well, if I can't get mail at my physical address, which is what they usually want on a driver's license, because a P.O. box ain't gonna do anything for you, like if they need to find you or whatever, which is the only reason why they have an address, then, which they're not gonna find me in my home of record anyway, since I'm living in my van. I could be anywhere. But if they require my permanent address and they won't mail it, I'm never gonna get my driver's license. The problem is I'm probably not gonna get my driver's license anyways for a while. And I could contact the lady that is renting my place and be like, hey, my driver's license is gonna show up there. Would you mind mailing it to my other address? And she would do it, but it's like, I don't know. And then my bank, I need to call them because I tried to get in there and update my address. And this was months ago, like back in February. Get in there, try and update to my new mailing address. Well, I use a mail service, so kind of like UPS store has PO boxes and stuff in it. That's what I have, just so I can. UPS store is busy, so I use in a local place, but I'm not gonna lie, I'd rather their customer service is way better than UPS store anyways. But so I'm trying to use them, or I'm using them. Well, their address, as far as the post office is concerned, is I can't put my actual box number or suite number for the business on there because it isn't recognized as an official mailing address. And it's like, so it would never let me update it because it would come up with a suggested, which my mail would get to the building but not to the place where it needed to go. And even if it would just get to the place where it needed to go, they know my name. And so because occasionally I get stuff without the box number on it, and they just write the box number on it, even though the places that have that I changed to have my box number. But it's probably the same thing. It's like, well, doesn't come up as an actual address, so we're gonna put it as this. But every time I try to change it, it would be like, well, that doesn't show up, but how about this? And you had no option to overwrite it and be like, no, I attest that is my address. You can either accept what they give you or you can't change it. And I'm like, well, how am I supposed to change it then? And then, I get in the mail here 2 months ago. Of course, I was really busy because it was right when I'm getting ready for my first race, all that kind of stuff. So I had zero time. But they sent me a thing in the mail saying, hey, we received this from U.S. Post Office saying your address changed, and it was my change address form. If this is accurate, get in there and change it. Or you can call us. And I'm like, well, I can't get in there and change it because you won't let me. Every time I try and change it, you tell me that that's not a valid address. But they can't change it because without my authorization. Like, I'm trying to change it and give you my authorization. So I just need to call them. I just hate calling customer service lines. Even though fortunate enough, I haven't had any bad experiences with that. It's just, I don't have time to sit on hold and all that kind of stuff. I'm busy. I'm a busy person. And then because I get so busy, I forget that I need to do it until after hours. And then it's like, well, gotta wait until the next day to do that. And it's like, if you guys would give an option for me to tell you that is my address instead of use suggested address, or don't use one at all, or you can't change it at all, I should say. That doesn't work. Yeah, see, whatever you were doing, and now you're all hot. And I told you to get some water before we left. You decided you didn't need any, and now you're panting. And I'm gonna have to give you some of my water. Yeah. But if we're only doing 5 miles, that'll be okay. I filled up both bottles just in case, knowing that she would need some water eventually anyways. Hear the train off in the distance. It's a little hazy. I don't know what that's about. I would imagine it's probably dust, but it's not humidity, that's for sure. And it's not fires, like smoke, so I don't know. Don't know. Yeah, as busy as the parking lot is, nobody else up here. It's always funny how that's the case. Yeah, you guys step on the circle. That's close enough. Close enough. Okay, there you go. You stepped on it. Good girl. Okay, let me get... Okay, yeah, you just sit right there. You just sit right there. We'll get you some... Yeah, you just sit right there. Don't lick the nozzle. I need that still. You got eye goopies too. I'm gonna clean that up. Okay, it looks like a stick. Why you got a stick on your eye? Alright? Why you got a stick on your eye? You're wasting more water than you're drinking. Yeah, see, you're drinking a lot of water. I tried to tell you. That's all you get. Might give you some in here in a little bit. Temperature-wise, this is the same temperature as the day that me and her ran out of water running around Flagstaff, which was, what, a month and a half ago? So that's the temperature-wise. So I don't see hardly any snow, even up on Thunderbolt. So I'm thinking we could probably run Continental Divide. The Elkhorns we could definitely run. So my goal is this week is to get, we might go up to the Continental Divide for an easy run, because I won't get a lot of vert. Well, depending on how far we go. It'll add up because there's some climbs and some downs and some climbs, because you're just basically following the Continental Divide. It's one of the few places in Montana where the Continental Divide Trail actually is on the Continental Divide. Because up in Bob Marshall where we were at, it's not. The whole time is not. Like, most of it was actually even a few miles away. But there's one portion where it's down below, like it easily could go on top of the Chinese wall. On the top of that, you could put a trail up there. There isn't. People go off trail all the time up there. But there's a part of me that really wants to do Prospect Shafts, because my status, my local legend status, is gonna probably go away here soon, which we're gonna be away for a month anyways. Actually, almost 2 months, a month and a half, I guess. Anyways, so we're probably gonna lose it, but I'm definitely quicker, but we were in the future. 'Cause I'm thinking about probably getting another. Are you coming? Oh, I lost my screen. So I have good signal though. I'm broadcasting at 30 frames per second, but I sure did lose everybody. Completely lost everybody. But still people on there, or at least I lost my dashboard, put it that way. Another battery. Because I am just not. If I have good sun, I do okay. You don't have to follow me. Go the easy way. I'm just taking the high road. Yeah, there you go. I don't know why you're following me. Get a good charge on it. It does okay. I was not expecting. Yeah, we'll go down this way. We're going this way. I was not expecting if I try and do some online gaming or even streaming off of it, the video card goes into high power mode and so if I'm not pushing 300 watts of charge, starts draining my battery pretty fast, which I don't know how that's possible, but I have 400 amp hours on my batteries at full charge. Yet, for some reason, if I'm not getting any, so if they're fully charged, I'm not getting any charge coming from my solar panel, so I'm just off the battery. I should be able to do, based upon the computations I made, designing my solar and what my computer was drawing, I should have been able to go like 8 hours, full power on the computer. For some reason, if I prices of gas, everything, have not been able to see. That's Prairie Trail. Oh, my dashboard came back. Look at that. Finally, and now I don't have good video again. I'll drop her off and do some more miles. Maybe do another summit. But I'll see where we're at. Might be able to do this or tonight. It's not gonna be. Okay, come here. I'll get you some water. We're gonna get some water before we drop down. You don't want any more? Okay. When we're on top of the mountain, you have tons of water. You don't want any. Fine. We'll just keep going then. We'll just up inner top and then come down the backside loop, I think, and take that into, I don't even know what that other trail is. We'll do that. Let's see. I'm hoping she's gonna be more energetic than she is right now, because she is being a little wimp. After having yesterday off, she should be well rested. I purposely gave her yesterday for two reasons. One, she wanted to do some road miles yesterday, some easier miles. since the run the day before was pretty good. So we're gonna go this way. We're gonna go this way. We're not going that way. You remember what happened last time we went that way? We went a long, long way, which I warned you about. Oh, she really wants to go the other way. You can see her right there. She's kind of in the shade, but she's just staring at me like, no, we're going this way. I'm like, no, we're going this way over here. I wanted to do a stream this morning. Even now, still, because we're over on the back side of the city, we're probably still going to lose video here or there, even though there is a cell tower about a mile away, probably. Yeah, probably a mile away. See it from here. That is probably like T-Mobile or something, who knows. Although I did get why cell companies don't just sure sell towers, because you could put multiple things up on a cell tower. So say Verizon builds a cell tower and then lease the use of putting stuff up on that cell tower to AT&T or T-Mobile or somebody. I don't know why they want to do that. It'd be way easier, more economical for the company to do. She's still wagging her butt. She has a little swag. She's a little bit happy. Well, what is she doing herself? Oh. So, hope as long as I can keep doing this. My legs are feeling strong now. I think Kindle will be good. Eyelids more than anything. But the one thing about Kindle Mountain and Speed Goat is that I'm a little worried about it. Elevation. Because my peak elevations I've been getting to here in Montana is only right around 8,500 to 9,000 foot, which is elevation for Kindle Mountain and Speed Goat. And you're getting up to 13,000 feet. Yeah, Kindle Mountain over almost 14,000. Kindle Mountain, and at I think you're just like right around 13,000 feet. Speed Goat, a couple places, at least in the 12s. There's just been too much snow here to be able to get our higher peaks. Won't be able to access until late July. After Mountain, I think we're probably going to head over. Oh, we got two options. We can stay in Silverton for a little bit, or I might go over to Utah, over by Beaver, and spend a week continuing up there high. And then we're going to have to leave because then I come back here. Because I only have 2 weeks between races. I'll have to come back here. Hard rock. But the only problem I have is, will I have a place I can park the van and sleep? It's the only thing I care about, because I don't know how I spend time in Silverton. So I don't know likes people parking. That, like, the time I've ever been there, I've got some runs in, but we've parked, like during the day, parking area, and then ran some of the trail, like up Kindle Mountain. And I've never been to the top of Kindle Mountain, so this will be the first time on this race. Because every time I've been there, there's still been too much snow to get all the way off. So I made it about halfway up. We want to go that way? They both connect. I'm going to go this way. I don't know. I know there's some campgrounds just a couple miles away, but for everything I read this time of year, they're booked all the time. Good luck trying to find something. But even then, still, I'm going to be taking stuff. I'm going to have to drive back in town every day. Be parked there. I cannot just park. Yeah, we're going to take old Chevy. This extra mile. He knows where we're going. He knows where we're going. Even though it's not that extra, maybe a mile extra going this way. So yeah, if anybody watching has any experience there, DM me either on Twitch or like on Twitch or hit me on Discord. And let me know. No, it could be done. Last year, I know Zach Miller, who just won the Aurora. Glad to see him be able to make a comeback like that after his last couple years he's had with his injuries and his ankle and surgery and stuff. I actually read his last Instagram post. It's awesome. Winning it. But, I know last year he showed up for Kendall Mountain in his bus, which is the same size as my van. And stayed somewhere. I don't know where, but he stayed somewhere. I know it could be done. I know. There is like Airbnbs and stuff there. But I'm sure they are completely booked now. Plus, a lot of Airbnbs don't allow pets. Doggy is going with me. So it'll be interesting. And it could be something where, let's see, is that the way we went? I think that's the way we went last time. We'll get this figured out. We'll figure out last time, and that was a good run. We'll go this way though. I think going this way, we missed Prairie. We're down on the one below it. It's called, but I kind of want to be up on Prairie. It could be like, Sedona. Being that I was supporting that, if I had to, I would have. Like, in Flagstaff, there's really anywhere you can park a van overnight, sleep and stuff. But during Cocodona, there was enough people, race people, like people working the race, that had their vans as well parked there. Like that, I don't know, yeah. But I don't want to piss anybody off there, the city off or anything. Even though I think 2 weeks are a big deal for them with Kendall Mountain runs and Hard Rock the week after. That's a week, big week. It is the junkie trip we want to discuss. Take any further than we different direction. Rose is below Prairie. I think we're gonna run and connect. Until we hit a juncture where there's a or whatever, and then just up the Prairie, I think. I don't want to run this whole one because I don't get any vert on it. Technically, I could probably take that up here. I think this is Veritisima. This is Road to Mars. I know Road to Mars goes up where we want to be at. do we want to do? No, tell me wants to. We want to eat breakfast. Climb up and we'll go up to. Oh, here she goes. She was looking at me like, where the fuck are you doing? Yeah, we're gonna climb up the prairie. It's not that far. Not that far. A couple tenths of a mile. And I even think it's that. Quarter mile, I know that. It's pretty steep. I've never been on this before, so it is steep. We could go to the trail that are from Tubbs, but then I would miss some nice rolling section right here up on this. So. This. My legs are so stiff this morning when I got up. Like even my Achilles and stuff were, which I know is from the road miles yesterday for my Achilles. Get as much ankle flexion on the road. Had to take. Oh. We're almost there. We're almost sexy. Out there. We're gonna jump on. We could come out here later tonight instead of Mount Ascension and maybe run Ambrose all the way. But I would their own to catch up. Everyone's done. I should probably get a drink again. She is panting so much. Come here. Come here. Get a drink. She's looking at me. I don't need a drink. Come here. Want some water? Come here. Well, fine then. Want any water? I'm putting it back away. Putting it away. Water. What is this trail? Oh, that's Dirtissima? I thought we were on Dirtissima. Oh, I guess. Okay. And we run. Try to give you water. Do you want some water? I hear people behind us. You just wasted a bunch of water, weirdo. like, I got her. And she wasn't like panting. And then as she quits, she like takes like 2 steps, starts panting again. Can we run? I really want to run. The whole reason why I wanted to come up here was to be able to run the little rolly section here. Am I gonna have to give up on you being my training partner? Drop you off at daycare every morning or something? Since it's warmer now? A little butthead if you don't get exercise. So I can't just leave you in the van. Because then you will be atrocious to be around the rest of the day, especially at night. I want to go to sleep, and then that's what you'll be like, all restless because you didn't get I'm actually doing fairly good, losing some weight. If I can drop another even 2 or 3 pounds by my next race here in a little under 2 weeks, that should be exactly 14 days. One reason why I'm feeling so good is because I've dropped about 10 pounds in the last month and a half or so. It's been in the last few, really. But instead, right, I feel like cooking. It's still warm. So we went to the grocery store. I wanted to get was it 2 nights ago? I don't remember. Because whenever we came out of the mountains, it was Friday. We came out of the mountains, I think. Possibly Thursday, I don't remember. I don't even remember this point. I'd like to still run, but she keeps slowing down. You know, this is a technical uphill right here. Quite rocky, I don't know if you guys can tell. It's very rocky. I would most likely trip and fall on my face, which is why I need to run a lot of this stuff to practice. But we got a rice bowl last night, which is probably 700 calories, I'll bet you. And then I got myself a little dessert, which was it sounds like a nail gun. I hear the noise, like a loud noise. So she did fireworks, and we're in that time of the year. Okay, where does that go? I wonder where that goes. I think that's which way we want to keep going. To Tubbs or Tismata Prairie. Okay, so that's what we could have came up there. That trail is what we could have came off. Actually, might have been a good trail to come up from Ambrose to take with the bars like we did. Irreparable. That might have been fun. I'll have to try that next time. Well, I'm going to pass you because you're going slow. Really need to get running in. Some rain. Oh, and then what else did I have? Bought myself a box of like mini Charleston shoes, which put in the freezer so they were nice and cold. So they were very tasty. And so who knows how many calories that was. That's probably another all said and done, I think I should have just got the pizza. At least when I had the pizza, a lot of calories in the pizza to give to her because she loves the crust. She's definitely a bread girl. So I'm definitely the crust, even though I like crust too. But if I don't, my bed is completely soaked with drool, running out of her mouth. She doesn't drool very often, like hardly at all. But if I'm eating pizza, she knows what the crust is like, then she will drool. Same thing when she watches me eat it much time, because I always give her the very last bite of my sandwich as she's sitting there watching me. It's funny because if I keep looking over at her, that's over, she's just completely zoned out, staring at my sandwich. Drool just coming out from her cheeks. And then she'll like drip on herself. The drool hits her and then she like snaps out of it. And she'll like kind of lick her mouth and her cheeks and stuff. She realizes that she's drooling. But she only does that for bread. The only thing. Heck, how'd you falling around? Do water bottle. There's a cell tower right there. That's talking about that I can see. I've had good video for a while now, so that's good. There's actually two of them. I never noticed that. So there's two different cell towers right there. Two different companies, I'm guessing. And then of course there's the one up here that only faces this direction. If you look at the transmitters, receivers, they're only going towards the city. It's like, why can't you guys put them on the other side? And there's like two or three down around over here too. And one company for putting like Wi-Fi or 5G or something contacted our building because we have the tallest building. It's not the highest point in the city, but we have the tallest building in the downtown area to put some stuff on there. Okay, that's over. Up here. Oh, come on. Get your. I didn't know we had another usually in the town. I've only ever seen her. Only ever seen her. After we left our building in DC, one of the I think actually we moved out of this now. Before we moved out of the building because there's a dog park there. With her dog and everything in the dog park, another one came in and replaced us. I felt so unwanted. I don't remember what it was, 4 or 5 year Wi-Fi the city, but they contacted us to put some stuff up on the very top part of the lane. And so of course we had to vote for it. All owners and everything. Hell yeah. Because then, we get money off of it every month, which will help offset a lot of our freaking costs and that we have to keep different assessments for. town itself doesn't go very far. It's like very sparse, and I mean, I would doubt there's even 30,000 people in Helena. It's like 28, 29,000 probably, I think is the last statistic I saw. But over there in the East Helena Valley, there's a little town called East Helena, which is tiny, but and then up in the North Valley, nighttime looks awesome because there's street lights. So the valley looks awesome all the way up at night. But no, why are you running so slow? You're killing me, dog. You're killing me. You're killing me. Hey, puppers. Okay, keep going. Good. Keep going. Yeah. Oh. And there is things I do like about this, but I'm not gonna lie, there's overall though, I do not want to live here. I like the easy access to the trails down. It's really fall downhill. Hello. Oh, she is. Yeah. No. No, good. No. Those people thought she was a dog, which a lot of people do, but I'm like, she's not a no birds as well. There's like one off the rest area. I don't remember, Arizona maybe. One time. I just recently, like in the last probably 2 months, and lady and the guy like, oh, Vizsla, all this, and they did a comment about, we're thinking about getting a hound like that. All this, does she do good and all this? First, pointer retriever, she's not a hound dog. And you think if Vizsla it, you would know that they're hounds. Sometimes I just don't get it. Like there was a guy on her red bone, and I'm like, no, she's not a red bone. She doesn't even look like a hound. I don't get it. Hounds are very, very unique. Like their faces are different, and their ears are different. Now, color-wise, yeah, I mean, I would even question being that close to a red bone anyway. Like 6 times, you still just ignore it. Vizslas are very non-vocal breeds. Like, it's very rare you ever hear she thinks she can get, even though she can't. And playing with another dog, and she likes just running around with other dogs. But you know, some dogs love to be chased. She'll chase them. If they're faster than her, she gets frustrated and starts barking at them when she's running after them. So like she's yelling at him, "Stop running so fast!" And the only other time I ever hear her is every time we got like a knock on her door, she would bark. Like if we got a package or something, she would bark. Because it would surprise her. And it's like, well, I think it was half surprise and half, we got something, like excitement. Because usually it was something for her. I gotta lie. Usually it's something for her. we're gonna just barely get our 4 miles. So I am gonna plan attention because I think this is just gonna be way, way too busy. But we will not want to run on Ascension like last night. We went out there, and I was like, well, let's go and just get a little bit of a walk in. And she literally, like, this is her not really doing much earlier in the morning. Like, it was right after my run. We went out and played in the park. But she, I put the leash on because the dog Nazi's been driving around a lot lately. Okay, come here. Yeah, come here. Good girl. You weirdo. There we go. But we got out there and like walked about 25 yards and peed, and then we walked up the trail maybe another 50 yards and pooped. She was like, okay, go back. I was like, really? You just want to walk? Because she was super excited. It's like, you just want to come back and poop, that's it. I think it was like a pretty bad time. Poops and peed, even though it wasn't for me. I was actually, it wasn't necessarily for her either, because it was pretty early in the morning. I just really had to pee, and I wanted to, we were on our way to the grocery store. So it was like 6 o'clock at night, but I'm gonna go that way. Okay, let's go on out here. Okay. Make our way down. Let's go through here. Over here. Trail's over here. Going down over here. But then last night I walked over because I was like, oh, I can walk over to where I know those still have those porta potties. And in the down area left over first, so I think they left them there for that reason. But we got there and we're in the, or I walked down there and I was like, well, this is not as close as I thought it was. Time wise, I didn't want to drive because I already had like the sunshade on and all that kind of stuff. Like time wise, I was like quicker to take the sunshade down, pack everything up, and drive than it was for me to walk down there. But it was a nice walk. There you go. It just ended. Good girl. You're kind of stepping on. There we go. Yeah, you were kind of stepping on your leash. You were. So that was a little nuts, a little crazy. Okay, yeah, we can go. Potty. Oh. Kind of need to just go shower now. Oh, look at you being such a good girl. Well, everybody, that's today's stream. We're gonna go figure out what we're doing. We're gonna try and go knock out my driver's license really quick, even though I'm all sweaty and stinky. Tomorrow we will. I don't know what we're gonna do for a run. I don't do that Elkhorn Trail run that we did, and then I kind of want to do the Meriwether Trail at least one time, and then also the Continental Divide Trail. But we'll see. Eventually, I need to go down to Bozeman if my piece comes. Well, I need to go down there anyways before we leave, but hopefully a piece for the van will come in so I can get that installed. we will be. Oh, I already got my connectors up top, so we should be good on those now. Extras just in case, but they're 50 amperes, so they should have no issue. Should have no melting issues again on that. But anyways, so we'll see. Maybe this afternoon, if we do, I might try and stream. I'm not essentially at the best for live streaming, especially for running entertainment. God, she is just tired. She's laying out in the sun down here. But while you're in the sun, you should be in the shade. Yeah. I don't know why I'm so tired. Anyways, thank you everybody, and we will see you guys next stream. Bye guys.